Hi, hello, hey, welcome. It is currently 12 a.m., which means it's time to start drawing. I was gonna start earlier, but I got a little sucked into some video games, but it's fine. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to be doing just some sketching in my sketchbook. There's a painting I want to start, so I think I'm gonna be doing like some concept sketches for that painting. Yeah, so I got this painting idea I want to do, but I don't really know exactly what it's gonna look like. I like have a picture in my head, so I'm gonna try to like sketch it out to see if I can like figure out what I want to do. First, I'm just gonna start with a little warm-up portrait. Also, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I do this all the time where I like tell myself I'm gonna do something like a certain day, and then like I don't do it all day, and then I'm like, no, you said you were gonna do it today, so you end up doing it at like 12 or like 1 a.m. That's me right now. I said I'd start this video today. So I wanted to do something like with like a braids and like bows or something that sounded like kind of fun to draw. I think because I was watching, I was just watching a video where someone dyed their hair and like they had like a bunch of like bows and stuff in their hair, and I was like, I want to draw a hairstyle like that. So yeah, I'm making this up as I go. Maybe like some hair clips. Okay, it looks okay. Just gonna redraw this section of her hair because I feel like it just looks kind of boring. Try to add like some more wave to it. I'm gonna do like some darker lines over it, and then I'll work on this concept painting thing I was talking about. I think I need a new kneaded eraser. It's like gone to the point where it's like making marks instead of like taking them off, which normally means I need a new one. I'm not sure I have a new one though. Got another one of these anyway. I do have this one, so I'll probably just start using this one. But it's not the same brand as this one. And I was looking, I forget the brand, but I ordered these on Amazon and I don't think it's on there anymore. A couple months ago I checked and it said it was unavailable. So I might just have to start using these. Oh my gosh, this whole time I thought these two were the same brand because they look so similar, but apparently they're not. Anyway, this pencil has a softer lead in it, so it's darker, so I go over this one for the outlines, and then it still has that like pencil look, but you can see it better because the lead in this one's really hard, so it's not as dark. And I broke it. I got some good old markers here. I'm pretty sure these ones bleed through the page, but oh well. Let's see which one smells better and I'll use that one. Okay, this one doesn't smell that good. Let's see what this one smells like. Okay, this one doesn't smell like anything. It just smells like a marker, like a bad smelling marker. So, and this one it is. Maybe my scented markers are just getting old. Let's see. Yeah, they're not really like smelling like scented markers anymore. They're just smelling. I might use some purple too. Need some eyeshadow for starters. Very important. Oh, actually, that's not that bad. Okay, one last thing. I wasn't gonna do this, but I do want to add some black. Okay, so it actually took 20 minutes. I wanted to only spend like half the time on that, but that's fine. So for this painting idea, I'm not exactly sure how to do it, but I want there to be like water, and I want you to be able to like see her, but also see the reflection. And I'm thinking of also like having her hands, like I think it's gonna have to be kind of like a side view, you know? So she'll be here, right? And then her hands will be like in the water, and then like reflection. Yeah, you follow? And it's also gonna be in the woods. So this is a tree, there's another tree. Yeah, I have this painting I did, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I'm gonna use the same character. I'm not gonna show the painting though because I don't have a good picture of it. Oh, I don't really know how to draw this pose, to be honest. I don't really know what expression to give her, so I'm just gonna like not give her an expression. This is water, see? It's wavy. And then there's gonna be some like leaves, you know? Wee. Oh my god, I'm gonna have some in this like the little stream, like on the water. It's gonna be cute. This is making me want to build like a leaf boat. Anyone else do that? That was fun. Box over here. Okay, I'm gonna try to draw the reflection. Oh, I forgot to add her wings. She's a fairy. What I could do too, I don't think I did in the other painting I did of her, but I could make her like, you know, tiny fairy. I don't know. Let's try to do the reflection. Here's a face. It's pointing that way. One thing that's nice about reflections, I say this like I'm an expert. I've only drawn like a reflection like maybe like one other time, maybe twice. But since it's in like water at least, so that's what reflections in water, I feel like they're not that bad, since like, you know, like the reflection in water is kind of like blurry, you know? I feel like it doesn't need to be like that good, because it's like to be like, well, you know, it's in water, so it's the water's fault the reflection looks bad. And then the painting I made the trees like white with like blue leaves, so I'm gonna go with that. I wanted to make it look like it was like just turning spring, so there's still like, it looks like still kind of cold. I don't know, honestly I feel like my idea for this, like the original painting, didn't really make sense, because I wanted to look like it was turning spring, but I also wanted to make stuff look gold, like it was fall or something. A little all over the place. Okay, here it is. I might need to like add some details to my fairy girl. She has like a very boring design. I think I want to try this from a different perspective. I also think if I did this, I think the character is going to be very small. So I think I kind of want to try it where you can't actually see her. You can only see her hands and their reflection. So I'm going to try that. Oh my gosh, wait. That's not right. Okay. Okay, maybe it's because I didn't execute this very well, but I kind of don't like it. Here's my abstract water. See, now I'm thinking this one's too detailed and this one's like not detailed enough. So I don't know. So for now, I'm gonna just like sketch her over here and try to like add something to her outfit because it's kind of boring. Here she is. Okay, I feel like this looks so much better. Mostly I just added stuff to her top. And yeah, I like it a lot better. This is supposed to be a leaf. I feel like I could even add more to color her earrings. But I don't want it to be too detailed in case I do something like this. Like where it's very small, I don't want it to be too crazy. But I don't think this is too bad. Okay, I added some more stuff. This one's officially me. Now that I've added the outline, like I kind of like this one. So I still don't know what pose to do, so I'm going to be practicing some backgrounds that'll hopefully be helpful for the final painting. And I'm going to be doing 2 pictures. Both of them are photos that I took, and both of them include water. So I think that'll kind of help me in the final painting. But yeah, I still like don't know what I'm going to do for that painting. I mostly wanted to just get the idea down before I forgot, but hopefully I'll get some like more ideas of like which pose I want to do and stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to be using gouache, and I did a layer of watercolors to help it from lifting because the Hit Me Mia gouache kind of like lifts after a couple layers, so I did like a watercolor base. I did forget to do a watercolor base on the second painting though, but it didn't lift, so it was okay. Also, fun story about this picture is I actually remember the day I took the photo, and this one was last fall, and my mom wanted to like walk to this park, and I was like, okay, and it was like raining out, and I don't remember like what exactly I was wearing, but I got really hot, I think, because I had like a jacket on and it wasn't that cold yet. I just remember I got really hot by the time we got to the park, and then I took my jacket off, and then I got wet. Like I got super rained on, and in like the reference photo it just looks like it's like sprinkling, and it's like, oh, you know, just sprinkling, but like I'm pretty sure I got pretty wet from the rain, so if I remember right, I think it was more than sprinkling. But yeah, I was pretty grumpy on this park trip because of that, but I did take some good reference photos for painting, so that's nice. And now I'm waiting for the paint to dry, so I'm just doing the sketch of the other painting while I'm waiting. Also, for both of these paintings, I'm sure to no one's surprise, they don't turn out very realistic. And I'm also, like, not really trying to. Like, for this one, actually for both of these, but I ended up doing black line art. Mostly just because I didn't want to, like, shade each individual leaf, so I just, like, did the outline. And I actually really like the style of that, so I think it turned out pretty good. I did make a mistake though, and I didn't like put like a line down the middle to like indicate like where the 2 paintings like separate, so I kind of messed that up, but I fixed it later. Also, I think these 2 paintings are like one of the best background paintings I've ever done, so I am a little proud. It was giving me flashbacks to when I did like the painting like movie scenes with gouache. I did like a couple of videos in that series, but they didn't do very well, so I haven't made another one since, because like, you know, just when you spend a lot of time on a video and it doesn't do well, and then you're like, that was kind of a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do that again. I mean, I probably will at some point, but I made a playlist of those videos, which I'll link in the description in case you want to check out. Oh, and now I'm adding some raindrops. To be honest, the painting didn't have any raindrops in it, but like, I just felt like it looked good. So this is the second reference photo. And this photo is actually kind of annoying because it had like 2 things, which like sometimes these reference photos, like you want to choose one where it like doesn't have something that's like hard to paint, like hard to like, not hard to paint, but like hard to like make sense of in a painting. Like this one, half of the path like kind of just like stops, which like makes like 0 sense, and I didn't realize that's how I was painting it, and I was like, why does the path like just stop? And then there's just like rocks in front of it. And I think like the left side of the path just like stops or something, and then you gotta walk on the right side of the path or something. But yeah, so I think I should have had the path kind of like, just like, look like it's like turning instead of just like stopping, because that didn't really make sense. And then there's also these weird like little green island things in the water, which also don't make sense. So you'll see what I ended up doing with those later. Also, fun fact about this reference photo, I took this picture like 2 years ago, and surprisingly, this was like next to the parking lot. So the path is actually like a cement path, and it has like no like texture on it or anything, you know, just like smooth cement. But I did try to add some texture at the end because it just like, it looked like it needed some texture, so it didn't actually have any texture, but I did add some. Also, fun fact, I think I'm gonna not post next week, just because the video that I've started, I think it's gonna take me like 2 weeks to do. So, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna post, but I am gonna post some shorts, I think. But I don't think I'm gonna have a longer video next weekend, but I will have one the weekend after. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'll surprise myself and I'll finish the video in a week, but I think that I'm doing like multiple drawings, so I think it's just gonna like take me a minute. So these like leaves I'm painting, they were literally like that color in the reference photo, but they looked like super red even though I was using a brown and like super bright. So I painted over them with lots of other colors to kind of like tone it down, but I thought they looked kind of crazy at the start. I think they still look kind of crazy, but that was the color they were in the reference photo. And it looks normal in the reference photo, but yeah, in this one, they like, I don't like it. These paintings are like far from like perfect or like amazing, but I don't paint like nature scenes very often. So I feel like they turned out pretty good for how my stuff usually looks. But yeah, so here's me struggling to paint the weird little islands. Like, there was like barely any other green, so I tried to like add some more green to make it like blend in better. But I still like didn't like it. And now I'm doing some like line art, try to like finish this up, you know, make it look good. Another fun fact is I feel like the colors of these paintings are pretty like desaturated compared to what I usually do, but I kind of like it. I feel like it has a cool vibe. But yeah, and the line art like looked kind of like not very good on like the little weird green little island things. So after that, I was kind of like, I don't know about these. But I kept going, you know, I tried to add like some white like highlights, you know, for the water. And I feel like that kind of made it like look worse. But, you know, I kept trying, added some more highlights, you know. I'm staring at it, just trying to finish this picture up, you know, adding some more green, adding some green on the corner. And I decided I hated it. So I'm erasing the weird little green island things. Because sometimes in a reference photo, like, you don't need to follow 100%. Like, I don't like those weird little green island things. They don't make sense. Like, I couldn't get them to look right. I thought the drawing would look better without them. And I really liked, like, the background. But I hated the weird little green island things. So, yeah, I painted over them. And then when I was waiting for it to dry, I finally decided to, like, add, like, a border between the two paintings. But it wasn't, like, straight down. It was kind of, like, diagonal. So, yeah, I made it diagonal. And then I made it, like, the border like too thick on accident. But yeah, I made it diagonal, and then I painted on the right side, like the fall painting. So it wasn't exactly like lined up, so I like added the little section like painted in. And I decided to replace the weird little green island things with like rocks, which just makes like a lot more sense for me staring at it, and also like just fits the color scheme better. And here's when I decided to add some texture. I did leave like the path like very like paint strokey, you know, the paint strokes, but I still like didn't think it was enough, so I ended up just adding like a bunch of like dots with like different colors of gray, and I think that looks a lot better. I believe I also ended up painting over all the white highlights except for the ones in the water with like a like beige color, like an off-white, like for this drawing anyway, and I think that just like looked better. And now that we are reaching the end of the video, if you haven't yet subscribed, you should subscribe, you know, help me get 2,000 subscribers. And yeah, here's the final painting. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in 2 weeks with my next video. Bye!